poor and the rich people. That conflict between rich and poor. This problem are divided into three topics. First, education. You can see children who still don't have access to education. It's because of persisting inequality. While the poor don't have enough money to study, the rich can get higher education. For example, the high-income families let their children to study special class, and then they could succeed through their aims in the university.
The second is the social opportunities. People have different opportunities based on their classes, such as the opportunities of treatment. The rich can get remedy immediately when they are sick, but the poor have to be in long line for the treat. The last one is ways of life. Poor children need to try their best to make a living, while the rich are happy to play with friends and families. A rich family's children have a better foundation to make their dreams come true and to do what they want to do, but not for the poor. Then Mr. Apricot and Miss Putan will show you the examples of some countries that have this gap.
First, Thailand. The gap between rich and poor in Thailand increases rapidly. That causes too many problems such as economics, society, and politics. If you consider Bangkok as the center of Thailand, that is civilization, why there are too many slums in this city?
Second, in India, this country known as the country of technology. India produces many electrical devices for worldwide. Therefore, the income of people should be very high, but actually it's not. From long back, poor people have been ignoring poor, and their demands is not the solution, because with poverty, not only poor suffers, but country suffers as well.
And last, Mexico. In Santa Fe, there is only thin wall separate the rich from the poor. In this picture, it alarms us what happened to our world today.
Back to me again with the topic how to solve the problem. From the research, the most opinion advised to improve public school and children have to be equally distributed. Free education should be provided for the children because the education is the key for a better future and may perhaps shorten that gap between rich and poor. Next, tax the rich at a reasonable rate. They think tax rates on a very rich are so very low compared to their incomes.
At the end of the program, I'm going to interview 3 people who know the situation in Thailand. The first one is Miss Pim, who is the field reporter of our channel. Hello, Miss Pim.
Hello?
Could you please tell me about the slum in Bangkok?
Many of them live on streets, subways, footpaths, doorways, or park benches under the open sky. They live in the mud thatched small huts and in urban areas. Devoid of all basic utilities, water, electricity, bathrooms, and latrines.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Pim. Before I tell you about how to solve the problems, you have to understand the real meaning of gap between rich and poor. So today I'm going to interview the best scholar of Thailand, Mr. Shannon. Good afternoon, Mr. Shannon.
Good afternoon, Putan.
Could you please explain me about the gap between rich and poor?
The gap between the rich and the poor has stretched to its widest levels since time memorial. Economic inequality, also referred to as the gap between the poor and the rich. Wealth disparity or income inequality consists of the difference in the income and wealth distribution. Typically, the term the gap between the poor and the rich refers to inequality among groups and individuals in the society, but can as well refer to inequality among countries. The gap between the poor and the rich is related to the concept of equality, opportunity equality, and outcome equality. This paper explores different aspects related to the grouping gap between the poor and the rich.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shannon. At last, it's the time I will tell you about how to solve the problem by talking with the Prime Minister of Thailand. Good evening, Prime Minister. The situation in Thailand now is very worse. Do you have an idea to solve this problem? When looking at this fact, there are some solutions can solve problems. Firstly, the government should educate family planning for people in order to decline the total of population. Secondly, the developed country can help by transfer technology, upgrade infrastructure, and invest money on developing country. As a result, the gap between rich and poor might be shortened. Thank you very much, Prime Minister.
Even if the technology is moving so far at its teeth, but you can see the gap between rich and poor are also seen in the present. Whether it's education or quality of life, you shouldn't overlook this problem and should collaborate to find how to solve it. Now thank you for watching now today. See you in tomorrow. Thank you.